I'm so sorry, but in no world is that acceptable.
I told y'all in the last video I would have something to rant about. Good morning, guys. It is currently 11:12 right now, and I just got off work, so if I look crusty, don't mind me. Right now I am walking to Walmart because there are a couple things I need to pick up, and I am on the hunt for the Valentine's Day Squishmallow. Yeah, I have not found the Squishmallow. I've seen it though, like I've seen a mini version of it at Walgreens, but I have not found the actual large version. I don't even know if there is one. I know there's one of Hello Kitty and My Melody, so I'm assuming somewhere there's one of Cinnamoroll and Kurami. I mean, they're both super popular, so yeah, I'm just on my way to go see if I can find them. Okay, y'all, I'm here in the Valentine's Day section, and I cannot find them. Like, I don't even know if they had them, to be honest. Like, and I'm gonna get mad because I really wanted it. Yeah, I don't think they have any. Like, they have these, like, and then these really big ones, but I don't even see like just Squishmallows. Like, I don't even think they carried them this time. So yeah. Okay, y'all, so I am so sorry if it's very loud and very windy. It's very busy today. But yeah, unfortunately they did not have the Cinnamoroll plush, so I'm honestly kind of sad about that. But now I am walking to my local card shop, Game Vault. You guys already know. I don't think there's any releases today, but I just want to check what they have and maybe grab a bite to eat. Honestly, when I planned to visit, I wasn't actually going to eat because my work was supposed to have a potluck, but we ended up rescheduling it because it wasn't like really well planned. So now we're going to have our potluck in March instead of today, so pretty hungry, so I'm just going to grab a bite to eat. Okay, y'all, so they finally had some Pokemon cards, and I got two sets. I got Journey Together and the one I was waiting for, Ascended Heroes. I'm gonna open Journey Together first, so that way we can have like the one I was hoping for at the end. They don't have the EBT, but that's because it drops next week, so I will be back here next week to get an EBT, because what? I've been waiting for it. So it comes with a little promo. Honestly, not my favorite, but it's cute. It's cute. And then 3 packs of cards. And I'm gonna open the middle one first, just because it's so cute. Look at that. Oh, this is our hit. Not my favorite card in the world, but like I said, I will always take a card I don't have. I don't actually know how good this is. I have no idea how good this is. I don't even know if it's worth anything, but okay, so the card in question is like, if it's graded 10, it could be anywhere from like $200, but like non-graded it's like 20 bucks. But I don't care. That's a cool art. I was not expecting that. But now the real reason we're here, I pray my die-on season here, at least one of them, because if not, I'm gonna cry. I hate it when these do this to me. Look at these stickers. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of like Gengar So I'm gonna give it to one of my pookies, who is Marie. Marie Reed. This for you, Pookie, because I don't really be liking this.
Yeah, long story short, y'all, I did not pull absolutely anything out of those packs.
Okay, y'all, so it is now currently 5:04. I've been home for a while now. I've been doing this little homework and it's taking me forever. I'm not even gonna lie to you all though. I just been sitting here looking up where this squishmallow is, and y'all know it's ridiculous. Y'all know it's ridiculous. It's been out. Yeah, it's been out. It's been out for a while too. They just never announced it. So the Squishmallow is either located at Walgreens/CVS, Target, and in some places Walmart. Now y'all already been to Walmart. I didn't even see the little price tag. I didn't see it there. Been checking for quite a few times now since, you know, since January, okay? Because I know sometimes he's talking too early. Never saw him there. Never saw him there. And I got a notification that the 5-inch one was in Walgreens, so I went with my dad. I said, let's go, because it said that it was in stock online. So I went there. I'm so happy, so jolly, oh to be. And I get there. Comment-wise, only my Melody and Hello Kitty. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I will check another day. So when I got home today, I called them up. I was like, hey, you know, I'm so sorry. Like, I just got a little quick question for y'all. Do y'all have the cinema roll? Because it says online that y'all do, that it's in stock right now. But last time I said that too, and I went in and it wasn't there. So they get back to me in like 5 minutes. And tell me why. They're like, oh, yeah, so we actually don't have it. We only have my Melody. So why does your site say in stock? I'm so mad. Worst of all, like I said, this thing has been out since January. At Target, okay? I cannot go to Target, and tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Chances are of it being there is pretty much zero, okay? It's pretty much zero, and I'm so upset because I really wanted it. And y'all, I'm finna show y'all why I'm even more pressed. Y'all finna see. I've really been sitting here looking it up. I really have. I want y'all to bear in your mind. Keep this low price in your mind, okay? The 5-inch cinema roll, Hello Kitty, My Melody, and Pochaco are about $6. They gonna run you $6 little or $5. And the 8-inch one gonna run you $10. $12.50 if it's at Walmart. I want you to bear those prices in y'all mind, because I just cannot make this up, what I'm about to show y'all.
Now, y'all, I understand you gotta make a little profit sometimes in these economy. Like, these times, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm so sorry, but in no world is that acceptable. Like, what? Look at this. These are for the 5 inches, okay? The ones that be costing us like $5 little, $6 little. For all three. Look at this. Look, there was one that was even more ridiculous. This for the 8. The 8 all 4. Look at that. I'm so upset because I really wanted it. And like, listen, I don't know if y'all can see me, right? Like, I have my pamper. What you mean? Like $50? What you mean $70? What you mean 90? Some of them, I saw one listing, I don't know where it's at, but I saw one listing, y'all, $100. Times cannot be that hard, okay? Girl, I really done sat here and questioned my life because I really wanted this cinema roll. It looked so cute in my room. I was really excited for it. Like, it was so pretty. It is me. Like, look at my room. It is me, and I can't have it because people want to be so greedy and so stingy, and I can't have it. And Jazzwares, the people who distribute Squishmallows, they didn't announce it at all. I am so mad, yo. I'm really mad. Like, I'm really sitting here like, if I was a cartoon, there'd be steam coming out of my ears because I really wanted it. Like, I wanted it so bad, and I'm probably never gonna get it because people are greedy. But anyways, I need to finish this homework because this is literally only the first assignment for this class that I had to do. I have one more after this. Honestly, it's pretty easy. Like, you just gotta really follow instructions and like just absorb like what the videos are telling you from the book. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue on this because I need to finish up one last assignment after these 2. Honestly, I've already started it and I just need like a bit more, so I'm not even really worried about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this homework so that way I can relax the rest of the day. So it is now Sunday at 1:53 p.m. I did just kind of get out of the shower, like I want to say 30 minutes ago, so my hair is all, I don't know if it's frizzy or it looks weird because it's still in the drying process. But right now, yeah, I told y'all in the last video I would have something to rant about. Like I've been saying in all my past vlogs, I already did my cleanser in the shower just because it's easier to do it that way than to bring like the cloth over here and do it here and it's gonna drip and it's gonna be a mess. But y'all, like I've been saying, we're gonna turn my skincare and like if I have to do my nails, if I gotta do that in the vlog, expect a rant. Let me just put this toner on because I've been forgetting to do it. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I've been trying, but sometimes it just be too busy or I'd be way too tired. I even forgot my thing and I can't go get it because my dad's using the restroom right now. So, but yeah, y'all, let me get into this rant because it's been on my mind, and honestly, I've been talking to my boyfriend about it, and it's just not enough. Speaking of boyfriend, how was y'all's Valentine's Day? Did y'all have anybody? to celebrate it with? If not, did y'all do like Valentine's? If you didn't do that, maybe treat yourself. I hope y'all treated yourselves. Even if you couldn't hang out with anybody, please treat yourself. You don't need a little partner to have a nice Valentine's Day. You could go and, you know, maybe treat yourself to some sweets or like a nice little dinner. Go out with your girlies or your guys, you know, no discrimination here. My man and I, we just, since we're long distance, we just ended up playing games all day. And I was gonna record it, but then I was like, that would be like a lot, because we did Palia, the game I always be showing on here. We did Fortnite and VR. Girl, it was so much switching. We switched to VR like 2 times. Like, yeah, it was a lot. And then we ended up ordering each other some food, so that was nice. I had a nice Valentine's Day. I hope y'all did the same. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. I lost where I was doing. Yes, let me get into this before I finish my skincare, because this is making me so mad. So y'all know how I be working in, wow, I got nothing out of it. Y'all know how I be working in a retail store, and, you know, I've explained it many times on this channel, but if you're new, basically I work in this big retail chain here in the USA, and I am part of the team that unloads the trucks. We unload the truck and process the merchandise that comes off of it, so that way it can be, you know, run into the store. That's what I do. Gotta get up at like 5 in the morning just to make it to work on time, girl, please. But anyways, that's my job. That's what I be doing, you know. And it's not a hard job. It's really not. Honestly, I kind of like the job. It's the people. It's the people, and it be the management, okay? I feel like management is kind of what ruins a lot of these jobs. Like, I feel like sometimes the job, it don't even be that difficult. It don't even be that hard. It's just the management is what kills it. Like, heck, even the employees, like the co-workers you be having, they be chill. They be chill sometimes. But it's just the management. But honestly, girl, in this case, it's kind of both, for what I have to tell y'all. So, basically, you know, like I was saying, if you're new here, I run a pod called Accessories, which basically handles makeup, socks for like men's, kids, you know, toys for kids, grooming stuff for men, you know, skincare, what else? I'll be getting makeup bags, things like that, you know, think makeup, skincare, you know, grooming stuff for the men, you know, like self-care items, even if it's just like body, you know, body soap, shampoo, kids toys, stuff like that, you know, just more of accessories, you know, just things like that. And all last week, okay, tell me why I finished my section, okay, my section finished. It is absolutely done, but I gotta go help other people do it. Now, don't sit here and think that I don't want to help other people. I've got no problem helping other people as long as that person stays to at least finish most of their job, okay? Like, for example, one of my besties in queuing, I call her like my work mom, because sometimes I go in there without a sweater and it be cold, and she gets mad at me, rightfully so. I should be wearing a jacket, but I don't do that sometimes. But anyways, I help her a lot, because sometimes her section be getting a lot. It'd be getting a lot of candies, water, queuing, something completely different, and so is another section called home. I help them out, but they stay to finish what they gotta do, okay? It's their section, not mine. It's their workload, not mine. And they ain't really got no excuses, because my section is one of the biggest out of the hardlines. This week, I was doing shoes. Now, y'all, I don't know how to do shoes. I don't know how to process them. At my old job, I struggled processing them. The only thing I knew really that I was supposed to do was how to put a certain price tag. Okay, or not a price tag, but like at the bottom, you are supposed to put the price in like this silver marker, you know. If it was like $21.99, you were supposed to round it up to 22, you know. It was $21.99, you gotta round it up to 22. This is the same thing here at this job, okay? That's the only thing that I'm like, oh, I know how to do that. I mean, come on, that's easy. You're just writing a number on the bottom of the shoe. And of course, I know how to take these shoes out of the boxes. I mean, you gotta take them out of the boxes and take out all the paper and whatever. So whatever, this week I end up doing shoes. I believe this started, on Monday, Either Monday or Tuesday, one of those. So I finished my work for once in my life because my section is always the worst. I finish it, right? And my manager, he goes, okay, so you're gonna go to shoes. I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do shoes. I really don't want to because it'd be annoying because all the shoes, some of them come in boxes, and in the box, the shoes are wrapped in like this paper, and then there's a plastic or styrofoam divider between them, and then inside the shoe, sometimes there's bubble wrap, big plastic bubbles, just jammed in pieces of like that same paper. And sometimes they got plastic, and if there's any metal parts, and you gotta go in there, take it out because it's taped on, and honestly, it's a mess. And sometimes they don't even be coming with the prices. You have to put the prices in there yourself. It is honestly just tedious work. It's not hard, it's just tedious, and I really don't like to be doing it. But whatever, I will help. You know, whatever. I'll take the extra little hours I can get, but girl, what I won't be doing is sitting there and doing work, most of it, by the way, that is not meant for me. I won't do it. I will not be doing it. Long story short, I'm not gonna say their names on here because I don't want shade. I highly doubt they'll ever find this video, or anybody who knows them will find this video, but I'm gonna use different names. Let's call them Carla and, I don't know, freaking, what's a guy named Ethan? Carla and Ethan, okay? So Carla and Ethan, they're dating. They've had their fair share of work drama. I know the drama, not because I went looking for it. It was brought to me by one of my other friends, and I was like, oh, that's the tea, okay. So they've had their fair share of work trauma, and they ended up breaking up for a time, and then they got back together because of things that happened or whatever. I don't care that they're dating. I really don't give a damn. If they're happy, amazing, you know? Like, you know, I really don't think you should date your coworker because what if y'all break up and then y'all have to see each other every day? But, you know, good on them. They're dating, they're happy, whatever. That's cool, great. Happy for them, love that for them. My problem is that, first of all, they treat me like I don't know, I'm the dirt on their shoe sometimes. Like, God, her hair is so pretty. And I went up to her one day because I love me my hair bows, and she had it in her little hair bow. And I don't do well with social interactions. Please ask almost anybody I know, they'll tell you that. Even in games, I'd be struggling to go up to people. So I finally, got the courage because she was helping me one day, and I was like, oh girl, like, your hair is so pretty. I was like, I'm sorry, it is weird, but like, how do you get the bows in your hair so perfect? I try it and it like doesn't work. And she straight up just looked at me and said, oh, I guess that's just how it is. I said, okay, I'm never talking to you again, because now my anxiety is through the roof. And I really don't want to go through that again. And then since they're dating, I guess she doesn't want him talking to me because I'm a girl, but like, I make this pretty obvious. Like, I talk to my man. Well, I talk about my man at work a lot. To everybody. Like, nobody wants him, okay? Nobody wants him. So it's already awkward for me when I work there because they both work the shoes section. It's already super awkward, especially if they're the ones that are in the main table and I have to be cutting open boxes there. It's so awkward because if I have to ask a question, they both look at me like this. Awkward as hell. But like I said, they are dating, and one of the things that I noticed is they always try to leave either early or exactly on time. Now, that's not an issue. The issue is that one of them will be scheduled at a later time because they come in at a later time. So like, Ethan comes in, for example, at 5:30 when I come in because he does a different job before his little girlfriend gets there, before little Carla gets there. He's the expediter. He shoves all the boxes down the line. So he gets there when I get there. Carla gets there at either 6 or 7. So that means she has to work later. The thing is, though is that since they're dating and they both go to school, they both go to my community college, by the way, so I hope I never see them. But he likes to give her rides. Now, I know she has a car because I've seen it, and there was drama with all of that too. So she will also try to get off at the exact same time that he does, even though she doesn't have school yet. So that way he can give her a ride. So that's 2 people down. That's 2 people down. And then I stuck there doing their workload. Well, this week, that's exactly what happened. There was 4 to 6 pallets of shoes. Okay. And so I was told to go help. So I went. And I was also told, leave at your scheduled time. I was like, okay, put that down in my mind. Put it down in my mind. I was like, all right, we're leaving at a scheduled time today. I guess nobody's getting extended. Tell me why when my other manager comes in, she was like, oh, so the manager I like, she was like, so he said that you and this other guy are going to be staying to do shoes. Everybody else in shoes is leaving. Girl, I looked at her and went, I don't know how to do shoes. And she was like, oh, just open. So I was like, okay, but there's a lot here. Me and him are not going to get this done. He may know how to process, but we're going to be here for about 3 hours because take like an average warehouse, those pallets are nearly to the ceiling sometimes. Because sometimes they overstack up. Me and that man was not going to get it done. So whatever, I'm just there cutting, I'm doing what I got to do, you know, whatever it is. And then my store manager, we had a store manager change, by the way. A new store manager, she was cool, and now that power, that manager power has gotten to her head, so I don't even really be liking her anymore. But she came up to me, like she came up to the both of us in shoes, and she was like, why, what's going on, why are you guys slow, like why are you guys moving slow, like what's going on, why aren't we moving, what's going on? And I looked at her and I said, I don't know how to process shoes. And she was like, what do you mean you know how to process shoes? I was like, I don't know how to process shoes. I've been here once, and that was an entire year ago, okay? You guys have changed the process to shoes, so I don't know how to process them. No clue. I was told to open the shoe boxes and take all the fluff out and just put the little prices if they are already on them. And she walked away. And I was like, okay, whatever. Tell me why 10 minutes later she comes back and asks the same thing, why I'm not moving fast enough. I looked at her and said, because I don't know how to process shoes. Only he does. And I pointed to the guy who was actually working, like processing the shoes. I was like, I was told to open. I don't know how to process shoes. I'm not gonna get any faster. I'm not gonna magically know how to process shoes. And no, I'm not about to learn it because I already know how to do clothes. I know how to do home. I know how to do queuing. I know how to do purses. I know how to run. And I know my main one, which is accessories. No, because as soon as they train me how to do something, without fail, y'all, they immediately expect me to pick up that section slack when I'm finished. And if I don't finish, it's on me. Like, no, I'm not going to be training to do shoes. I know how to do almost everything in this warehouse. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I'm so sorry. I'm not. And she looked at me and just didn't even know what to say. Like, the analogy I think of for it is, y'all know when y'all be hungry and you're like, let me run to the fridge, see if there's a little snack I can grab. And all of it is like long hungry. Like, you gotta actually get down to it and cut the vegetables, prepare the meat, like long hungry. Like, you gotta cook, you know? And it's nothing in there, so you close it. And 10 minutes later, you go back and there's still nothing. Like, you was hoping that something may have spawned. That's basically her. She came, asked the question, I told her I don't know how to do this, left, came back 10 minutes later and hoped something was different. But girl, nothing was different. I don't know how to process shoes. So finally the manager who told me to stay comes, and I was like, hey, what's going on here? Like, man, I don't know. Like, a store manager, she's been trying to get on me, but I don't know how to do shoes. And he was like, no, I know, I told you to open. I was like, right, but I think she was expecting me to process. I don't know how to do that. And he was like, well, we do have to finish, like, we really do. And I was like, then why did you send everybody who knows how to do shoes? Because there was 3 other people who knew how to actually process.
including Ethan and Carla, who that like those especially Carla, that's her main section. That's all she does is shoes. I was like, why did you send them home? And he was like, well, you know, Ethan and Carla, like, they go home together. And I was like, that's not my problem. Carla gets off 2 hours later after Ethan does, so why is she leaving too? She gets to leave 2 hours later, 2 hours early, just because they're dating. So if my man were to come down here and apply to my store and he leaves before I'm supposed to get off, I can leave too? And he was like, well, no, but it's just easier that way. And I'm like, right, but now I'm having to pick up the slack with this other poor dude. And you guys want us to finish and talk about some 30 minutes when we have like 4 pallets of shoes sitting right there. That's not gonna happen, honey. Basically, long story short, yeah, those shoes did not end up getting done. And pretty much that's what happened the entirety of the week almost, besides like Friday. I ended up having to go over there to shoes and to help out because, yeah, Ethan and Carla, not their actual names, but placeholder names because, you know, just in case, they decided to leave early every day together. They would actually go and be like, hey, can we leave now? Like, they would go up to another manager and ask if they can leave. And I'm like, girl, y'all not even finishing your work. Like, y'all not even finishing it. Y'all just leaving. For what? And you're leaving your job to everybody else who now is getting yelled and screamed at because it's not getting done. Hey guys, so I noticed I didn't really do a proper outro for this video. Honestly, after I was done making that segment, I had a lot to do. There were a couple things of homework that got posted for like over weekend stuff, and then honestly I just had like financial aid stuff to do. Yeah, the financial aid stuff for like the school and like just honestly other personal things. Not to mention I was really tired. I have not been going to bed on time, honestly. Like, it's been a problem. Like, I've been going to bed at like 12 to 1 o'clock when I have work at 5, and like, I'm sure y'all can see that, like, it's gotten really bad. Like, they didn't used to be this bad. They're bad. Like, I can notice them already at 10, like, sunk. That it's just been really bad these past few days, and my boyfriend's been trying to get me to go to bed, and I'm just like, I don't be tired. So I'm sorry, Pookie, I'm sorry, love. Like, I just don't be tired sometimes. That is all gonna change though, because I went and got me some melatonin gummies. That's how bad it's been, y'all. That's how bad it's been. But enough of that. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know a lot didn't really happen in it, but I do have a super fun video planned for the next one that I post. Honestly, I think it's gonna be good. I like this week that I'll be filming it. It's, yeah, I have a lot going on, so I really hope the video turns out like how I have it in my head. Yeah guys, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.